What are 3 things you suggest to look for in a therapist? Oh, and I love to hear this from therapists. Let me get my little notes out. This is so thank you. Oh, this looks divine. For sure. So it hit me. I was like, dang, that literally applies to everything in life. I might not sound like I'm joking because I'm tired, but like I'm joking. It's a laugh. Like just laugh. It's funny. Because this year, what are we doing? Posting the content, shooting the content, executing the content. Oh, y'all see? Ah! It's so awkward.
City of mine. How I love the city of mine.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little test on my personal Zoom. Literally, I forgot somebody hacked my Zoom. Okay, I think we're good. It usually would have shut off by now. Okay, yay, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for your patience.
Yeah, of course. Great to meet you.
You too. So I'm just so excited and I'm so grateful that y'all agreed to do this. I know my audience was excited. I told some people, I was like, okay, we're gonna do a little interview so I can get some questions answered by BetterHelp, not just me answering and doing research. So I'm really excited and really thankful that you guys are willing to do this. This portion of today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. I just want to say thank you again to the BetterHelp team for being willing, being open, being honest, to hear me out and to answer some of my little nosy questions. I'm so excited that I got to interview someone from their team, specifically someone who is a therapist. So let's get into this real tea. Okay, let's get into it.
Very thankful for that video you had made that I watched not too long ago. I was like, so we didn't pay her to say this? This is great.
No, I'm like, all I can do is share my experience. I'm having a really good experience with BetterHelp. I still love it. I still use it. I put my friends and family on it. So for me, it's a win-win to be able to work with a company that I genuinely use and enjoy. So despite the naysayers, and everyone's going to have their different opinions, but I'm like, it's just like any other product. Like one skincare product might work for me and not for someone else, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it's a bad product. So I am so excited today because we have Hesiu Joe with us from BetterHelp. Y'all know I love BetterHelp. This is nothing new. And after doing my video about my real, true, honest experience, I reached out to them and they were more than willing to do this interview. So thank you. But for people that don't know who you are, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Hesiu Joe. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm part of the clinical operations team here at BetterHelp. I'm also head of clinical operations here at BetterHelp, which sometimes feels funny for me to say. But yeah, happy to have this conversation. Looking forward to your questions.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm excited. So in your own words, what is BetterHelp?
What is BetterHelp? You know, I've answered this question probably hundreds of times in the past several years. And still, every time I get the question, I find myself digging, like, can I say it a little bit differently? Can I say it in an improved way? Because I think it's still difficult to capture exactly what's going on here for somebody that isn't aware. Mm-hmm. It's a website, it's a platform, it's an app that you can download in the App Store. It's something that you can connect to that connects you with a licensed therapist. It's a tool so that after you're connected with this licensed therapist, you have a medium in which you can connect like this for a video call. You can connect through audio or through your phone, and you can message. So it's a communication tool. It's a matching system so you can find a licensed therapist. And it's also a company that's trying to do something beyond just matching, right? Like chances are your listeners have heard you talk about BetterHelp, right? You mentioned this, but chances are listeners have also heard about BetterHelp, seen BetterHelp, whether that's on TV, podcasts, radio, billboards, something. We've made it a mission to normalize the conversation about mental health. So even if you're not a therapy seeker, even if you're not out there trying to change something in your life, our hope is that you are out there implicitly, intrinsically absorbing this idea that therapy is normal, that therapy is not just for somebody that's like severely deteriorating today.
Oh, I love that, because that's something that I mainly focus in with my audience. Like, you don't have to be going through something. It doesn't have to be this oh, I'm at the rock bottom, quote unquote, or whatever the case may be, you could literally be having the best time of your life and just want some guidance and some direction to make sure that you are focusing on your self-care and your mental health. So I love that. Why is BetterHelp created in the platform and the format that it is?
Great question. I mean, why it was created, I'm retelling somebody else's story, so I hope I'm getting it all right here. But it was created by our founder, who is my boss. So he's still very much connected to the company and here on a day-to-day basis. But the founder created this out of a need that came in his personal life. He has shared this story quite a lot of times, but he's an entrepreneur. He has started multiple companies. And as an entrepreneur, he's also had companies fail. He's also had a lot of hardship and difficulty when it comes to the professional space. And in a period of difficulty for him, he sought out a therapist. He was like, I really need to talk to somebody because whatever's happening in here is not allowing me to move forward in a way that I feel good about how I'm showing up for myself, for my family, etc. So he embarked on that journey, which some of your listeners will have known too, prior to BetterHelp, prior to any of these platforms that are similar to BetterHelp. It was, and still is in a variety of contexts, really hard to find a therapist. First, if you do have the privilege of health insurance in this company, you want to use this because this is a benefit provided to you from somewhere, or you're paying for it yourself. So you want to use this to cover your therapy services. Of course, why wouldn't you want to do that? But looking for a therapist covered by your insurance, meaning they're on a particular panel, easier said than done. If you've gone through this before, you know that you're going to be provided with a giant list of providers that have at minimum said, yes, I take your insurance. But generally this giant list doesn't tell you what days of the week they work. Are they even taking new clients right now? Is the information on this directory current and up to date? Sometimes it's not. So, you used to have to go through the process of going through this giant directory, filtering down to 2 to 20 names that you're interested in, calling all these people's phone numbers, which some of these phone numbers are not always current because, like I said, the directories can be outdated. And then you leave a ton of voicemails hoping to hear back. Sometimes you hear back, and a lot of times it's, I'm not taking new clients right now, but I can get you on my wait list and get you in maybe 6 to 20 weeks. And so then you keep going and going and going. So that search was becoming very difficult. And I think the founder, he recognized, is it supposed to be this hard to find somebody to talk to? And having been in the entrepreneur space, especially in the world of tech, I think he saw an opportunity. Why isn't somebody already doing this? And it's not to say that nobody had. There's been a lot of attempts at this before, I think. So that's why it was created, from somebody's personal journey of, it is too hard for me to find a therapist as a busy working professional, but I need to talk to somebody. Not in 20 weeks from today, but I need to talk to somebody. And in terms of the format, it still comes from his life as a serial entrepreneur in the world of tech. I think he recognized we use our phones, we use our computers for just about everything. Why aren't we using it for this? And here we are, still so many years later.
I love that. I love the convenience of BetterHelp because I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm constantly busy. I'm constantly on the go. And it's really nice to know no matter where I am, I can just tap in with my therapist. And I've done traditional therapy, and like you said, the list, I love my doctor, but I was like, sir, can we please narrow this down? I appreciate the shout out to insurance, but sir, we're going to have to get this a little bit shorter. At least on BetterHelp, it's like, I'm on my phone anyways. I'm probably on Instagram or in a TikTok tunnel, so I need to be on BetterHelp, okay? What is your favorite thing about BetterHelp?
Another one of these questions I've gotten before. And I think the answer is dynamic. It changes during different seasons of my own life. So I'd say my current favorite thing, it's not actually about the features or the technology. All that stuff is great. But I think my favorite thing is something I kind of touched on earlier, is BetterHelp's overall involvement in changing, hopefully changing, updating, touching on this ongoing increased awareness and conversation about mental wellness, mental unwellness, and seeking support for it and making that normal. So I think that's one of my favorite things so far is like, I imagine if you ask this question to people in marketing, they'll frame it in a particular way. Yeah. I'm not a marketing person, so it's not really about like optics and like brand recognition. Yeah. But to me, it's the recognition that talking about therapy in such an open way on so many mediums that young people, old people, every person in between has access to. I think that's one of my favorite things.
I love that. And then you touched on like, listen, I am not in marketing. We love to see the color scheme, it's cute. But at the end of the day, it's so much bigger than that. Like there's this stigma, and it still kind of is, where it's like, oh, you don't talk about therapy. Like you just go and you don't talk about mental health. Like you're fine. Like go for a run. And sometimes that stuff you need to get it out to a professional. I say this all the time to my audience, where we go to a doctor when we're sick. We go to a dentist when we need our tooth pulled. We're not out here, now you pulling your own teeth, that's fine. But I always suggest get professional help. And like, what's the difference with your mental health? You might as well reach out for professional help. Let's see what we have next. Ooh, okay. What would you say to someone who's had a bad experience with a therapist in general, or even on BetterHelp? Let's get into it.
Before I get way into that, I will draw some analogies for people to think about this so that they have a frame of where I'm about to go.
Perfect.
But there are some apps that we all use to get a ride, right? I need like somebody to drive me from point A to point B. And occasionally we see this in the news, actually. This person giving me the ride has made some interesting decisions along the way. Now, is it the company that facilitated this ride? Of course, I think they have a responsibility and a duty here. But can this company do anything with the driver's license? There's another entity that we all know of, the DMV, for those of you that aren't so aware. So I'll stop there with that analogy. Yeah. Now, anybody that's had an issue with their therapist in general, of course, you're not going to go to the DMV over this. No, there's a different and a more appropriate place to go. And depending on what state you are in, largely where the therapist is licensed, there's a governing entity. Similar to the DMV with drivers and the licenses, therapists have a governing entity, which not everybody is aware of. And like I said, every state has its own. Some states have a couple of these governing entities. So it's important for you as a client to be well informed of what avenues you need to take or that you have as an option. So if your therapist has done something, said something that leads to you having a poor experience, you feeling unsafe, you feeling any kind of which way that isn't right, you want to find out what your therapist's governing entity is. And with their license information, which BetterHelp makes available on every BetterHelp therapist's profile, you can go to that governing entity to raise your concern, because this is the authority and the entity that's there to enforce safety, make sure that therapists are practicing legally and ethically. So if you have a bad experience in general, go to the governing entity. Prudent therapists should also be providing you with the information on how to report them if they have a problem. Now, if you have an experience like this on BetterHelp specifically, on top of this option that you have to go to their governing entity, I really, really encourage anybody to contact us directly, because our intention and goal always is quality, high service care. But we also understand and acknowledge that the therapists on this platform are independently providing. And just like any other setting in which you can get therapy, things can happen that aren't ideal. Things can happen or things don't happen that don't meet the standards of care. So if this happens, we want to know. We at BetterHelp want to know, because we want to continue doing everything that we can to ensure that the services being provided are of a certain standard. So unless you let us know about it, we generally won't always know, because what's happening between you and your therapist is confidential. It is private. So it's an interesting conversation of like, I want everybody to make sure that all the things that I'm getting from this company are 100% correct, which we want to do too. But there's like a weird balance of that with privacy.
Right.
We can't know that there was a problem unless we're spying on you, which we're not. So if you have a
Right.
problem, please let us know, because we do want to address the issue, which means finding a resolution for you and also figuring out what, if anything, needs to be done with the therapist.
Yep.
It could be something like having a conversation with the therapist and getting them on a plan to improve some kind of time management skill. But it could also be something that leads us to remove the therapist from our platform completely.
Mm.
We have a mission, and we want therapists on our platform that are practicing in a way that's in line with our mission. And my personal mission, I would hope this for any therapist, is to keep our clients safe. So if your client isn't feeling safe, there's a problem there. And my team exists. The clinical operations team exists to make sure that our clients are safe, and that we're looking for resolutions that consider the needs of that client. But also, is the therapist okay? Sometimes therapists are going through something too. And we want to assist in every way that we can.
That was amazing. I love that, because you touched on so many things, and giving a scenario that's like outside of the specific situation we're talking about really just put it all together. For me too, it's sometimes we're thinking directly what's happening to us when there's so many different layers to a situation, and layers to communication, and layers to how a company is run. So I think that is super helpful. I hope everybody took a little note. What are 3 things you suggest to look for in a therapist? Oh, and I love to hear this from therapists. Let me get my little notes out. This is so...
Glad you asked this, because before I give my 3 things, I do want to say, like, I think a lot of us feel like when we start this journey to find any kind of service provider, but really, especially with therapists, for some reason, a lot of us think like, okay, using myself as an example, I'm going to go out there. I would like to find a therapist who is also Asian American, also 30-something years old, also has parents that X, Y, and Z, also knows what it's like to have a family member that blah, also has experienced, like, a lot of times we understandably want to find a therapist that's very like us, because we understandably think that's the only kind of person that's going to understand me firsthand, is somebody that is like, that is me, right?
Right.
But actually, therapists are educated and trained on this very topic about multicultural humility, to go into the session and meet every client with an extra layer of, you are the expert of your life. I may know some stuff to maybe help you through something, but I'm not here to like be you or give you things to think about that you already know about, right? I'm here maybe with actually different perspective, and to help you start practicing the ways in which you could adopt other perspectives also. So you don't need to find somebody that's exactly like you. I think there are a lot of benefits, of course, depending on the situation, to have a therapist that does understand certain pieces about you firsthand. So not to say like, don't not look for a therapist that doesn't understand these things either. Most importantly, and this is based on how I feel when I meet new clients, but it's also based on evidence and research, is you want to find someone that you feel safe with. So when I talk about this research, for those of you, research heavy, academia, literature, nerdy type people that want to look into this, you will find a lot of replicated studies showing that the most important healing factor of any therapy is not their approach, not whether they practice CBT or no EMDR or any of that stuff. It's the relationship. There's a lot of words for this. It's rapport, therapeutic alliance. But to me, it's first and foremost a human relationship. Do you feel safe with this person? And it could be that because of what you're going through, you don't feel safe with any person. So it's like, if you can't use that as a measure, I don't know if I feel safe with them because I don't feel safe with anybody. Can you pull inside of yourself to determine whether you feel hopeful that you can feel safe with this person? So that's what I'm going to say is the first thing to look for, is someone you feel safe with, or you feel hopeful that you can feel safe with them at some point. On the flip side of that one thing, if you feel unsafe with this person, that's a great reason to keep searching, right? Not because they did anything specifically scary to you, but if you already right off the get-go, like, have weird vibes from this person and you're not going to connect, I think it's totally fair to keep moving. Some people do give the advice, like, give everybody 3 sessions, give them a chance of whatever. But I just said that you're the of your own life. So if your gut is saying that this isn't right, then listen to the gut and keep moving. Second thing I think is you want to find somebody that's equipped and prepared to answer your questions in such a way that you feel confident in them. So it could be that you're about to start this search for a therapist and you don't even know what questions to ask yet. So that's something I want to encourage people to look into, is come prepared with questions. In that first conversation you're having with a potential therapist, you can even think of it as you interviewing them. They're going to ask you a ton of stuff because they want to know about you and try to understand where we are. But you are also interviewing to hire this professional to be a service provider to you. So come with questions. Come with the questions that you want to know. What's your education in? What's your background? Have you ever had training in X, Y, and Z? What's your experience with working with people like so and so and so? Like, what about this? There's this book I read. Have you read it? And even if they haven't, like, come with all the questions that you have, because I think any therapist that becomes resistant to answering your questions, or I don't know, gives you some kind of answer that you are not okay with, this is a good sign, maybe, to keep looking, right? It's not that all therapists know everything either, but how they answer will be very telling to how you can sense whether you feel safe or confident in their ability to communicate with you. And then a third thing I think is just kind of like assessing whether their approach and their background, their experience matches up with what you're wanting to get out of therapy. So that's part of the second thing I said, is coming with questions. You want to be prepared to ask your therapist about their approach. If a particular therapist, for example, focuses very heavily on your childhood, which some do, they might not be the right person that you're looking for if that's not something you want to get into. Does their approach match up with what you want to get out of therapy?
Ooh, I love that. Ooh, that's so good. All three of those things. And I have to admit, I didn't know at first you could ask your therapist questions. I don't know why I was like, I don't want to ask her business or his business. I'm just here to get some help. And then I started to ask questions. I was like, oh, wait, this is actually helpful. And sometimes that led to me switching my therapist, which became a benefit because now I love my therapist. So don't be afraid to switch therapists too. And I'm going to do a little plug for BetterHelp because they make it so easy to do. I've switched therapists in BetterHelp before. Super seamless, super easy. But ask those questions. Don't be afraid. Don't be like me, because I used to just not ask questions. And they would always ask, like, you have anything to ask me? And I'm like, what do I ask you? All right, so we're going to end with this one. Thank you so much. All this knowledge. I know my audience is taking notes. The tea is being spilled today. So is there anything that you want to leave my audience with?
I guess like a personal little tidbit. I come from the world of very traditional therapy, the ways that many people would think of this, meeting our clients in person in an office or, in some kind of clinic. And like, it's very rigid in terms of what is the structure of what therapy is supposed to look like, especially that I came from, insurance setting, where insurance providers have a particular way that they will cover these services, meaning particular way that I'm going to get paid. And I had a lot of ideas myself of what therapy is supposed to look like. And of course, that comes from my education, my training, past mentors I've had. And I too was quite rigid when it comes to what I thought was best practice standards of care. And then I came to this strange company at the time that nobody knew what it was. Nobody was talking about it, but I just wanted to try something different. And my view has been shaken up. My perspective has widened, and things that I used to think were the Bible have changed. And this personal note of like, just because something was done a particular way for a very long time and it was effective does not mean there's no room for something different to emerge, for something different that could work for a large number of people that didn't get to benefit from the way that it used to be. So, folks, you may hear of BetterHelp doing things that are different than traditional therapy. We are now hearing ways in which the delivery of therapy is deviating from what we knew to be traditional. And still, we see it in our data. I see it in the stories and the testimonials of people that use this service. It's effective, it's beneficial, it's helping somebody. And to me, that makes it exciting to get up and go to work every day, that this is still helping somebody, many somebodies. And the reality is that sometimes it's not going to be the right fit for you. And that's okay. My hope is that people that have had a poor experience or may have a poor experience in the future, not just with BetterHelp, but in therapy in general, is not to give up on this journey of mental wellness and taking care of yourself. Even if BetterHelp's not the right option for you, even if therapy is not the right option for you, I hope people don't give up on taking care of themselves in whatever way that looks. And so that's like my personal thing too, is like acknowledging that therapy is not the right answer for everybody, and that's okay. But if you want to use BetterHelp, know that there's a dedicated team of people behind the other side that really, really, really want you to have a good experience and a healthy and fulfilling life. And all these humans over here really want to intervene if you have some kind of problem, and we want to make it right in all sense of the word.
Thank you so much. I'm just so grateful. I'm blown away. I'm really, really grateful that you took your time to do this, to share your personal experience, and just thank y'all for everything that you do, because I know it's not easy doing something different. I'm doing something different as a non-traditional lawyer, navigating the social media space, so I can definitely relate. But I've had an amazing experience. Nothing is perfect. No platform, no people, no nothing is perfect. But I have had such an amazing experience with y'all through the app, through BetterHelp, but also on the personal back end, y'all just really listening to me, hearing me out, getting on these Zoom calls. So thank you. I appreciate y'all so much.
And all thanks to you too, because, the law is not very accessible to many of us. So I really appreciate what you're doing out there on your channel.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Awesome.
Wait for approval.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, was it good, Sophia?
Right.
No, that was good.
Oh, why is there a fire alarm going off in my apartment? Hey. Morning. I'm meeting Cap. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Very good. How are you?
Good. The biggest thing I think I got
Y'all already know the vibes. I'm gonna turn into a piece of French toast. Latte. I didn't get a matcha. I should have. Now that I got this, I wish I would have got the matcha. It's fine. Bacon. She got avocado toast. Actually, that looks really good. I'm excited. And y'all know who I'm with. Catherine! Or like, let me just look up hotels. Can I get a straw too? Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, this looks divine. For sure. Hello, beautiful people. Y'all, so after me and Catherine met about the workshop tour, I went home to edit, and this is real life. The video's still uploading, but it's my friend's birthday, and we're going to a boxing workout class for him, and I forgot my arm wrap thing for the boxing. I completely forgot it at home, but that's okay. They have boxing gloves. It wasn't boxing gloves, but it's like a little arm wrap. Anyways, so I'm rushing. I'm late, but ooh, stop sign. I'm late, but what's new? I really don't want to be the late friend, but I mean, in this season of changes, I'm just like, y'all just gotta give me grace. I'm being late because I'm literally working in the car. The video is done. Now I just gotta get it up to YouTube. Okay.
Interesting.
That's part of the fun of following you for a long time, is that you won't stop making videos.
Oh, I know.
At every level of success.
I'm the last person in the planet.
Hey y'all, I kind of like this. I wasn't gonna talk during this segment, but I'm trying on some new items I got in to shoot. This is from Karen Millen. The quality is amazing, super cute. You can tie it so many different ways, y'all, which I like. And y'all know I love a good blazer. It's a little hot for this. Let me bring y'all down so you can see the bottom. It's hot in Alabama, so ignore the white, the little of the laundry over here, child. You know that. Anyway, yeah, this is so cute. It has pockets. I mean, this is definitely a look. Like, yeah, it's actually really long, y'all. With my new look, oh my god, it's not the exact color, but this works. Oh yeah, let me show you. How did this eat like this? Those pants I'm gonna try on next, but this, oh my god, coming to a gram near you. Second outfit I'm gonna shoot probably tomorrow. These pants are from Frame. They're a little short, but I don't think it looks bad with the shoes. And then just a Zara top and my Brandon Blackwood bag. I wish I had a denim bag, but I don't. So I think this is cute. The pants are like a little weird fitting, but the longer I've had them on, but the longer I've had them on, they're kind of getting comfortable, but they're a little tight in here. And I went up a size, so I don't know, but y'all, this eats. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. It's from Sophie Grace. If I can find links to this stuff, I will link them. Louis bag, of course, add a little pizzazz to the look, but this is so cute. Oh my, I'm obsessed. Ignore the dirty mirror. And these shoes match perfectly. Oh my god. They're from Kenneth Cole. They're a little tight at the front, but they're pretty comfortable. I'm not even into platforms, but I mean, it just makes the look. The monochrome.
Uploading more consistently on that platform made a difference.
Hello, beautiful people. Ooh, I'm looking a little rough, but don't worry, because we're washing our hair tonight and we're getting our nails done tomorrow. We're getting a massage tomorrow. I'm having a me morning tomorrow. I'm so excited because this week, this month, this year has been really busy. Super blessed, super thankful, super grateful, all good things, but for the most part. But I need some me time, and I'm grateful because I can do it on a Thursday. So tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do. I have to work still, of course, the second half of the day. But I was like, you know what? Tomorrow, the first half of the day, I just want it to be for me. I swear, y'all. Oh my god, I need to do a reel on this or something. When I was working out, I was like, there was a. Hold on, let me. Okay, so when I was working out, it hit me. I was like, every time I'm not focusing on the specific position or workout that I'm doing. So like, let's say we're doing like burpees or what's something that's a little bit more focused. So like in bar classes, we do like ballerina poses, right? And sometimes like it can be really difficult, like, cause it's all about flexibility and balance, right? And endurance, of course. But today I was like, dang, my mind was like somewhere else while I was doing one of the poses. And as soon as my mind went like all over, I like was stumbling. Like I just lost my balance. Then I was like, okay, let me focus on this and let me just like focus on one point on the wall and just do this position. Make sure I'm breathing, make sure I'm in tune with my body, make sure I'm in the moment. And then I was much more balanced. So it hit me, I was like, dang, that literally applies to everything in life. Imagine the amount of times where you're not focused and you lose balance, or you're not focused and you lose focus because your mind's in so many different places that you aren't focusing on the key thing that you're trying to solve or the key thing that you're trying to do or the main goal that you're trying to accomplish. I need to put that in a better way, but this is the vlog. So y'all know yoga's behind the scenes, but I need to do a video on that or like a road to 30s video on that or something, because that just hit me. I was like, dang, when I'm not focused, I'm not balanced. But once I focused, I was easily balanced. Oh my God. That's too good. That's too good. Okay, let me get back to work. Try. Y'all, it's so weird because sometimes I swear, like, I'll get, my hair looks, I swear, y'all, we're gonna do something to this head. But I feel like I'll get emails that I never signed up for. Like, I never signed up for this. How did you get my email? Why am I looking at the viewfinder? That's so, like, rookie of me. I'm supposed to be looking at y'all in the eye. But yeah, I hate that. It's so annoying. Like, don't put me in your subscription thing if I didn't sign up, bro. Like, be so for real right now. Ooh, Amazon Prime Day is coming. Amazon Prime sales. I'm going to literally participate this year. So I wasn't gonna tell you guys what that call was about, but I'm thinking about getting management, but to me, this is the most important role for many creators in their business. Aside from like accountant, but I already have one that's amazing that I love, but I'm like nervous. I don't know. It went really good, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I have another call and then I have another call. Then I'm probably gonna eat lunch. Depending on how long this call is, I might try to eat. Oh no, I don't have time. Oh my God, okay, I need to get on here. I need to get on here right now because I have another call right after this. Okay. All right, third call. I'm gonna have to eat leftovers because I'm starving and have another back-to-back call. This is with Joshua, so a little bit more casual, but all right, let's go. Okay, this looks crazy right now. It's because I'm organizing. So cleaned out my drawer. I almost forgot to pick y'all up. I forgot y'all. And I have these little containers that I already had in here. I just cleaned them out so I can like reorganize this and go through some PR. I just love an organization. Let me show you my other drawer. It's not cleaned out yet, but just so you guys can get an idea, like I try to stay organized. This needs to be organized. It's been way too long since I've like revamped this area, but you see the idea. I try to stay organized. I actually have the other claw clip in my hair, which is why it's only 3 right there. But anyway, so that I can organize some of my PR and like actually start to create content with it. Ooh, I look like I'm cleaning. Anyway, so pro tip, if you do gifting opportunities, y'all, where you're not obligated to post, but you still want to post, right? But you want to have the flexibility to post whenever, however you want. But the benefit of PR is like, I didn't have to pay for the product, so a win is a win. But then that gives me the chance to like create my own campaigns and get the brand's attention, and it could turn into a paid opportunity in the future. So I need to organize this stuff so that I'm actually utilizing it and using some of the products. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm watching my girl, Catherine, on YouTube. So that's what I'm doing. I want it accessible, like that's the thing. I want my drawers to be organized, but like accessible. So I have some body care, Kapari, Way, Joe Malone. So I'm gonna put these in here. Oh, let me show you guys. Okay, so I have like a little back area. You can barely see it the way the camera's set up. Sorry about that, but a little back area behind. It's a deep drawer. So I'm gonna put these bigger items back there. I'll show you guys. Toothbrush stuff. I have my electric toothbrush sitting out, but I think I need to get like a cover for it so I can sit it in here. Crest whitening strips. Razor stuff. Okay, not super organized, but this will do for now. This will do. Up next. Oh, this drawer is embarrassing. Okay, I literally was traveling. I just threw this in there. So that's like my travel stuff. But we need to, let's
ceiling fan blowing cold breeze on your body. I can't tell you really what it is, but you got it. Makeup in the morning, you got dresses in your closet, but you grab them tight, you in love with being modest. You a move body giving center views. I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flexing. And you cool, tatted up, cover wounds, different vibe, you new improved, but you ain't even flexing. And you ain't gotta try too hard. Number one fan, your side, you applaud. Got me think about inside the walls. Words cut deep, it's like a sword. Making me better, you hotter than pepper, You with a big stepper who chasing a cheddar, All of these women, they not on your level, You like a mix of business and pleasure, You a move body giving center views. I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flexing. And you cool, tatted up, cover wounds, different vibe, you new improved, but you ain't even flexing. 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 But you ain't even flexing.
I would have never remembered to think about that until I saw it. And it was like, oh. I'm like, we are so grown. Like, why is that something I need to say? Like, what? I'm like, what? Huh? True. And was. Because I'm like, I didn't think this is easy. Like, I don't know. I just, what? It's just interesting. People live different lives, apparently. Child. This what really happened. I get it. I'm like, okay. Whew. Okay, therapy went good. It's hot. I look crazy, but I'm about to be in a massage. So, like, I was like, I'm not about to do nothing to my hair because it's about to be in, like, a little bun anyway. Anyway, so I was like, let me take my therapy call at the massage place so I wasn't late. Go me. Look at me. Trying to be on time for the first time this week. So I'm about to get this massage. I also added the hot stones, so that should be good. And then I'm going to get my nails done because I'm looking like... Whew, that was amazing. I feel like a new woman. She gave me water. I'm going to put a hat on. I did the hot stones I did like a 60-minute... Hold on. I know I brought a hat. Okay, I was saying I got a 60-minute massage with hot stones. This is my first time trying the hot stones. Obsessed. You know the massage is good when your face got the lines, okay? Yeah. We're gonna go get our nails done. This heat is unreal. Like, what the hell? Hello people, we are back home. Our nails are done. So we have a call right now. Only 1 minute late, not too shabby for driving across town. And it was a little bit more like people outside. I'm like, y'all ain't got jobs? Y'all don't have to work? Just kidding. It's Thursday at like 2:30, so I'm like, where y'all at going? I always joke like that. I might not sound like I'm joking because I'm tired, but like I'm joking. It's a laugh. Like, just laugh at 20. Anyway, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. It's Thursday, so hey. End of the week. Okay, we took a little break. I ate some leftover pasta, and now we are getting on my last call of the day. Well, second to last call. I'm also going live with Catherine to talk about the workshop later. But Zoom call, it's a clarity call. Just an influencer that wants to get some information on how to really make influencing their business. Ooh, look, I have this piece of hair a second. I can't wait to wash my hair, y'all. I'm out here looking the best I can. Hold on. Let me sit y'all down real quick. Hello. Yes, I'm excited. I saw your questionnaire. Feel free to utilize this time however you need to. Any question, comments, concern, I'm here to be a resource. And I did take a look at your socials, and I love to see it. Okay, you guys, I saw this light hitting here, and I got a creative idea. So I'm gonna shoot this really quick. This little, it's so cute, little romper jumpsuit bodysuit thing. from Bear by Bria. I'm their new ambassador. So excited, but I feel like this would be dope. I literally hate shooting on my balcony because people are so nosy. But it's so awkward. Hopefully nobody's like, yes, sis. I appreciate it, but. Okay, let's check. Because I don't know if my feet are in it. Oh, it's dope, but what is that? Oh, this is cute. But I'm like, why is it like a shadow? I don't know, but okay, let's do it again. Do some video and then we're done. Okay, so I had a random spurt of I want to create. So I'm in this little nook in my room. I never sit here and never create, and I need to because it's so cute. So I'm going to have my phone. I'm just gonna get a little bit. I don't know if I'm actually gonna use it, but I was like, you know what? I'm playing around in some of my PR makeup. Lancome. Sorry, it's so bright, but y'all see the vibes. Anyway, it's so cute. So I was like, let me like try some of this stuff, y'all. Because this year, what are we doing? Posting the content, shooting the content, executing the content. I'm like, the beauty brands be reaching out, so I might as well get into it, okay? If they want me to get into it, then I'll do it, okay? Oh, y'all see? Ate them up. Ate them up. So, I can put y'all here. I have a little bit of time before the live.
Co-founder and CEO of Decium and the
Okay, perfect. We're just listening to Diary CEO, but I'm going to do the content.
I always just had this feeling that the only way to achieve financial freedom is entrepreneurship. And then I met Brandon.
Founder of Decium and the Order.
Let's see if I'm in frame.
High energy. My mum was much more reserved, more of an introvert. My dad was kind of always the people person, always kind of very busy socially. And mum was very calm. Dad would have a temper sometimes, but you know, nothing too much.
And at that age, at that young age, sort of like around that 10, 11, 12 age, what were your aspirations and hopes for your future finance?
His reasons for leaving, he was going to do this next thing, and I'd always kind of had this viewpoint of wanting to do my own business. And ever since I worked in beauty, I found that, you know, I always had friends, family, everything. So achieve.
Okay, y'all. So when I was doing the foundation, you'll see this line. It's from the cord on my and the drapes, and I moved it when I did the photos, but I didn't move it when I was doing the foundation. So I don't know if I'm gonna use that content, but that was good practice. All right, let's go live with Catherine. Let's go.
It never gets me down. City of mine.